So first of all, I'm going to thank Martin really for actually running that last session, because it was absolutely excellent. Thank you. I've kind of learned a couple of things, and sort of, to some extent, this whole thing, I put it up in the first slide when there was slides at events, right? Because it seems that kind of, there's numbers of times that maybe I need to write my presentation to close things tomorrow. And I was like, no, because actually I think that, I feel that the first bit of the week for me was really tiring, because I found that I was listening to every single word people were saying, because there wasn't some sort of kind of slide deck to distract me or whatever. So personally, I'm just going to basically try and just make something up on the spot here right now, because actually that's kind of worked for the entire week, which is brilliant. But when I actually totally even don't know what to do in terms of making stuff up on the spot, I turn to Martin. Right, and he then somehow magics something up around the sort of facilitation. So that's been a really good part of this. Okay, I want to, there's loads on loads and loads and loads of thanks to tons of people for making this happen, and sort of running with this kind of total leap of faith. I think, really the kind of lesson here is, sometimes you've just got to jump and see what happens, right? And people got bought into the fact that this might actually be something that's worth doing, right? And we didn't. A lot of people were I don't really know what this really is, but we'll kind of turn up to see. I don't know whether they just thought, you'll just watch and just crash and burn or whatever. This whole thing will be terrible, but people, there's people in the room, they're smiling, and it's like I get a genuine kind of feeling that this has actually been kind of, a lot of people said this has been kind of the right kind of thing at the right time. And I apologise for, you're not going to get it right first time. It's tweaked. I mean, what am I doing? Putting myself on 9 a.m. panels every morning, or what am I doing? Kind of running everyone till 6 p.m. at night, and then dinner, and then I forgot that conferences means that they're probably out till 2 in the morning. Sort of catching up over a beer over various things, and and Chris said it. The other day, we, over the pandemic, have we lost our conference fitness? I think that was like a really nice term, that we need to, we've got this Zoom, we talked about Zoom fatigue, and now we've got, kind of conference fitness thing. I think, and I don't know, so some people have managed to not be physically here every session, but dipping in and out, and have joined some of the remote sessions. Some of the sessions remotely, and I've not dare even go into the AirMeet platform and take a look and all that sort of thing, because it would probably stress me a little bit too much. But as I understand it, it's worked out pretty well from what people are saying, and I think there's a whole bunch of people behind the scenes there that have really helped make that happen, and kind of almost been learning as much as we have as we've been going along. So I don't know whether you actually really want to put the cameras on yourselves, guys, but the AV team, actually, they've been absolute superstars in this whole thing. We weren't kind of joking, when we thought, effective vendor relationships, because I think we figured one out as we were working through this event. Of course, there's I hijacked, Matt allowed me, thank you Matt for allowing me to hijack the NHCIR, repurpose it to do this thing, and the machinery that is behind that. So Gillian and Rebecca and Nikki and there's other people, right, in terms of the people who we consulted with, and Marion, definitely. Yeah, so thank you so much to all of the NHCR for doing that. What else? Okay. Another thing that was, that I was amazed about with this is actually the people that we got here to actually serve on the panels, and their conduct and their openness and frankness and honesty, and the fact they did this on their time. Every panelist basically came because they wanted to invest in the other people that have attended. And I think that's a really important thing, right? The people in this room, the people who are online are really important to the future DRI. And, let's not forget that. And it's been represented by, actions, not words, right? In terms of people coming up and giving their time for this event. But I think also all of you need thanking, really about making this event your own, not being afraid to speak out. This whole thing, it's been kind of a whole, exercise in, people have mentioned imposter syndrome, right? The number of people that said, well, I don't feel like the outsider here. I feel like everyone apparently is the outsider here, even me, right? And I think that we've all really embraced it. So I think you all deserve a massive round of applause for yourselves and everyone else that's been involved in actually taking this on as a community and making it this, what it's been. So thank you. So the big question, right, is what's next, right? Is all these various things. Apart from lunch, so between lunch, it's like there's what's next and what's next. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, that's the thing. We could, re-roll, it's been a lot of work to take on, so we'll figure out, I think, more community involvement in terms of, what this sort of thing might look like, then, shape it next year, maybe throw it over to the community to really help shape it even more widely and with broader input that we can. I think that is a simple thing. But I think, to some extent, because this is an experiment, all these things come with like an evaluation form, right? And there's going to be things on that evaluation form which are, very metric orientated because we've got to respond to the funders and things. But I think, given that it was such an experiment, we're probably going to have to just sit down for the weekend and kind of just process what actually has gone on here and how we help you feedback in the ways that would be most constructive for this community. Because it may well be that we're able to, I think that it feels like people, the funders like EPSRC or actually, they care about this community and that is in their interest to ensure that this kind of, the people in this area are invested in. It's of national importance for that to happen. And so, it may be that, the grant writing panel sort of session was really relevant and this community actually does come together and maybe thinks about the opportunities that this event or, those people together actually would, help put something together that might kind of last into the future. So don't just think about, oh yeah, it was really good, same time next year, let's do it. Let's also think about, what we've kind of sort of created by trying to kind of help people find that inner kind of compass, around, what makes us all tick and nurturing that kind of thing, those core skills that we've kind of got within the kind of supporting digital research infrastructure in our life, and then, figure out, what supplementary activities might we want to be doing. There's mentions around things about we need to better market ourselves, yesterday around community management, that sort of thing. So I don't just be limited to say, yes, it was very good, let's do it next year. If you've got an idea, no idea, you just put it down, stick it in, and we may well find you, or get a tap on the shoulder, and you might be a co-investigator on a grant before you know it. Okay. So, have I got any other further ado? Does anyone else want to chip in anything from the room at all or online? I totally forgot Martin, who's been online throughout, trying to ensure that no one's turned into Zoom zombies during the event. So thank you very much for Martin and his participation in making sure that the whole online thing's gone very smoothly. Simon, did you want to say a few words?
I will just take up the cudgel of saying once again, Alan, thank you. It's been kind of an amazing week, completely unexpected. You and all the people around you have done a huge amount of work, and I think it's been a real success. So thank you in particular for starting it all off. So a round of applause just for Alan. And I would say, kind of from my personal view, I'm really pleased and delighted at the incredible community spirit that has been throughout the week. There's such a lovely variety of different people, different backgrounds, winning old school HPC, young RSEs and PhD students. It's been really nice to have such a really varied crowd and to see everybody really engaging with each other and having a good time.
Thank you very much. So I think lunch is over there, but I'm going to bring everything to a close. But thank you very much, everyone. Could not have done this without all of you.